his viewpoint, by and large, is only from the scope of where he stands. He's watching people be murdered on TV and he's still saying, but from where I stand. And I think that Trina is different. I think that Trina was probably, falling under the guise of people who are still... Listen, there's nothing wrong with nice things. Nice things are fantastic. We all love nice things. Nice things are fun. But nice things cannot compensate for people. Nice things are not enough to level out the balance, the inequality of racism. We have to get to a place, and listen, who knows? I don't know if it is feasible that we can change people's mind. Because here's the thing here's my understanding of all that is happening right now with these protests and everything. I think that there are some people that we're not going to be able to change their mind because their ego won't let them. The idea of equality is such an enraging idea to them that it couldn't stand. Their own idea of themselves is so feeble that they can't even, they wouldn't be able to take equality. So it's imperative that the balance of power always be that they are there and we are here. It is the only way that they're going to be able to feasibly be able to get through this life. I think, I think where I was most surprised at this week was the NFL and Roger Goodell. Boy, bye. Now, did you guys see that? So, Roger Goodell, NFL commissioner, who, to me, is at the helm of blackballing Colin Kaepernick, came out this week talking about that the NFL condemns racism, systemic oppression of black people. We, the NFL, admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players and encourage all to speak out, peacefully protest. We, the NFL, believe Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 and blah. So that's the thing, right? You can't say I was wrong about this one thing, but this man still doesn't have a job. That's why it's important that we understand that these protests, these marches, the looting, the rioting, the enough is enough is because of these very conflicts in which we face every day. Every day. This man lost his job. And listen, I know we see it by and large. Oh, Colin Kaepernick is fine. He got money. You ain't got to worry about him. Because I know how a lot of people are. Oh, Colin Kaepernick, he high. Yeah, that nigga didn't get a job in the NFL, but that nigga got money. That settlement money was cute. But it's just not, that's not the only thing. You blackballed this man. We made it so that no one would give him a job. And that doesn't just happen to Colin Kaepernick. A large part of the reason why that was upsetting to me and my homegirls was because that happens to all of us. Listen, I can tell you from personal experience, I went and took a stand in the professional construct. I did that, and I basically had blackballed myself in that building. And so It's hard to take a stand. It's hard. It's hard to be the one to step out. But you know what I know? I know that a mustard seed is very little. And that's all I need is just the faith of a mustard seed. One of the smallest seeds in the world. If that's all I need, then, I'm not worried about what is not going to happen. And listen, let me tell you something. Maybe you didn't go out there in March. Maybe your thing is just to give another black person an opportunity in your place of business. Maybe your thing is just to mentor a young black man or a young black woman. That's okay. I think that we can't be discouraged, or we can't allow just the opinions of what is happening out here and, the few. Because here's what I believe. I believe that there's more good in this world than bad. I do. I believe that people genuinely have it in them to be good. Not everybody, but some people do. A lot of people do. For example, Doja Cat. What a transition. Doja Cat donated $100,000 towards the Breonna Taylor Fund. She posted this week, "Happy birthday to the beautiful Breonna Taylor, who would have been celebrating her 27th birthday. I'm donating $100,000 to Justice for Breonna Taylor Fund. And I am inviting you all to honor and celebrate her with me by donating whatever you can and signing her petition, etc., etc., etc. We are all in this together, and together is the only way to demand change for a better world." Hashtag. You know what I love this week? I love that everyone feels so free to Black Lives Matter. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys, is that new or is that me? Is it new now next, or the girls really, really giving it up like that? Because I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, everyone is saying Black Lives Matter. I feel like you have to put your money. You know where isn't saying Black Lives Matter? My job. Okay, stop laughing at me. Don't laugh at me. But I'm just saying, my job is not saying that. So this week, right? We were having curfews all week in New York. And so I think Tuesday evening, the curfew was set for 8:00. And I normally get out of work about 6:30, close to 7. And I just I wanted to get home with a little bit more time. And so I leave work. I told my boss when I first got there, hey, we've got a curfew tonight. I think I'm going to be leaving a little bit earlier than normal. Early meaning like 5:30. Ooh. Instead of 6:30. And so my boss was like, yeah, whatever. Now, mind you, I am the only black. I'm the only black. And I'm the only one that lives in the Bronx. Everyone else lives in Westchester or Connecticut. And so she's like, yeah, great. As I'm leaving now, she's like, wait, you're leaving? What? Get out of town. And she was like, well, whatever it is that you have to go do, can it wait till tomorrow? Listen, that's how they giving it up, honey. And then later called me to not just apologize, but for me to make her feel better about apologizing. Don't you love white people? Don't you love white guilt? Not only are you calling me to apologize, but you also would like me to cheer you up for doing the bad thing that you did. Y'all are a special kind. Y'all are a special. Ain't they special? They is special, honey. They is the most special. All right. So, great news in the fact that all 4 officers that took part in the killing of George Floyd, Attorney General Keith Ellison is increasing charges against former Minnesota police officer Derek Chauvin to second-degree murder in the murder of George Floyd. And Chauvin, who is the officer that you'll remember who had his knee in Floyd's neck, Officer Thomas Lane, J.A. Kyung, and Tao Thao. Those 3 officers were charged this week. And they, if you recall, they were not previously charged, but charges were brought against them this week, which about damn time. We need to find out what happened with Breonna Taylor. We need to find out what happened with Ahmaud Arbery. We need shit to be figured out with Keith, and I don't remember his last name, but the young man who was wrapped up in the gym in the found body rolled up in the gym bleachers, dead. We need to find out about what happened to these people. We need to know, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let me ask you something. I got a question. Could you date somebody who was like not woke? Like, all right. Let me explain it. Cause like all right. Could you like date somebody who didn't understand systemic racism or Black Lives Matter, or like would say something like, oh, you know, nothing, y'all be taking shit, everything is not about racism? Like, could you date that guy? Could you date that girl? You know, here's what I'm realizing. I'm realizing that my capacity to love is way beyond. The bar is low. The bar is very low. Could I, however, date someone who was not woke? You know, here's one of the things that I realize. I think that I am resentful to be in a position to have to teach anybody about being conscious about equality. Because I feel like it's right in front of your face if you want to see it. Like, why I got to teach you? Why I got to give you the stats? Why I got to go get the book? Like, to me, if you, we live in a world where anything you want to know, you can know. But, because we are conscious, mindful people, I'm not ashamed to go ahead and tell you what I know. Now, the median net worth of white households is 10 times the median net worth of Black households. That might not be common knowledge to you, bae. So, the median net worth in white households is $171,000. The median net worth in Black households is $17,600. Now, these all come from the Federal Reserve. White families have higher incomes than Black families. The median income for Black households is a little less than 60% of that of white households. White people, median income, $71,000. Median income, Black, $41,000. Yeah. I mean, I don't know